Cold open today, and we're jumping right into things. Today we're making a homemade Veggie Supreme cast iron pizza, minus the black olives that are sometimes included. This recipe yields a pizza with just the right amount of rigidity to its crust. The key to this perfect crust, along with how to make it from scratch in under an hour, is coming right up. Looking at the clock, and it's 5:44 p.m. as our starting time. We'll start off in a mixing bowl by adding 3 cups of all-purpose flour as well as 1 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. Normally you'd want to proof the yeast beforehand, but this was a new jar and I'm feeling like taking risks today. Next, add to the dry ingredients 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 cup of warm water, around 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Next up is 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil, and finally 1 teaspoon of honey to give a subtle hint of sweetness to our eventual pizza crust. With all of that then in the bowl, start with a silicone spatula and mix around to combine. The goal at this stage is to hydrate the flour as well as possible, and I found that after you get a bit of a cohesive mass together, the easiest thing to do is fold the dough up and back on itself, then push down with the spatula. Eventually though, you will have to get your hands dirty in the final portions of the kneading. Nothing too crazy, about 5 to 10 minutes in total. Make sure to use the dough ball to clean off the bits stuck to the side of the bowl, and knead until it forms a slightly tacky ball like so. Form it into a ball, and then carefully place it into the proofing bowl. Cover with a damp and warm towel, and let rest for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, shoot up the oven to about 450 Fahrenheit, and use this time to do all the chopping for today's Veggie Supreme pizza. For this, you'll use about 1/2 of a medium white or red onion cut into thin slivers and separated. Doing it this way will allow the little onion sticks to have more surface area and cook quicker in the oven. Next up is the mushrooms, which I'm only going to use 2 individual Baby Bella mushroom caps. Not trying to go too crazy with them. Following that is the green pepper, which you'll want to make sure to carefully remove the seed pod. Those boyos are particularly bitter, which is not the taste we're going for today. Rough chop that into chunks and then grab a handful of cherry tomatoes. It would be nice to invert 2 plates and slice between them quickly to cut a dozen or so, but with this small of volume, it just makes more sense to do it the old-fashioned way. And then in this ramekin, we've got a small combination of approximately 3 tablespoons of melted butter and a teaspoon each of oregano and garlic powder. This will make for a great crust flavoring. Around now is when you're going to grab your canola-oiled cast iron into which you'll deposit your dough, pushing it out into the edges of the circle. Since we've gone through a shorter proofing time, the dough is going to fight you a bit, but that's okay. You'll just want to make it into a rough circle close to the size of the base of the cast iron. No worries if it springs back into its original shape, because we're going to cover it again with a warm damp rag for about another 10 minutes to let the gluten relax a bit. And with your free time now, I'm a huge proponent of cooking while you clean. It takes out all the pain of having to do the dishes after making an awesome meal. Trust me, making dish cleaning one of the steps in your prep routine will allow you to enjoy your food a whole heck of a lot more. Find little ways to work while the recipe is being prepared in the background, and you'll have a much better time overall. And look at that, 10 minutes of resting later and our dough is a whole lot more workable. Push it against the non-oiled sides of the pan and let's begin top. First up is a few spoonfuls of tomato sauce, and I'm using canned tomato sauce because, well, it's easy and available. Nothing to be ashamed of if it tastes good. Next up is cheese, which personally I've got a blend of shredded Colby Jack and mozzarella going on because they're really just what I had in the fridge and they'll just be fine. Not perfect, but they're plenty delicious. After that is all that we've chopped. Our sliced onions, half cherry tomatoes, chunked green peppers, and slivered mushroom caps. Following that, you're gonna drizzle a bit of our garlic butter blend onto the crust and give it a bit more flavor. And finally, if you wanna go a step further, sprinkle a bit of grated Parmesan over all of the top to really amp up the cheesiness. Into the hot oven, the pizza goes for about 20 minutes, which again gives you time to clean up, do the dishes, pull out your biggest cutting board that you have specifically for pizzas and charcuteries, and then finally, time check. Bam, almost exactly 1 hour from starting to serving. Careful not to burn yourself because this cast iron is going to retain a lot of heat, and admire just how damn good your pizza is. And not to toot my own horn here, but I personally think that this recipe really optimizes the structural rigidity of the crust. There's a nice balance between the crispy bottom as well as a light and fluffier inside, but it's also not too soggy. And I mean, if you're one to dip your crust in ranch dressing, hey, I'm not gonna judge you, I'm from the Midwest too. Completely common practice here. And I feel like I shouldn't even have to try to ask all of you to make this one at home. It is a killer homemade pizza recipe, and it only takes an hour to make. What's not to like about that? Let me know how it goes if and when you do make it, but As for today, that's about all I have for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.